Listen close, we rise up from the ashes, digging for the truth, breaking old habits. We marching with the Nestors, they laid the foundation, passed down revelation, sparked our motivation. In a world of facades, we peeling back the layers. Truth is the weapon that cuts through all the fakers. Phonets in our chest, reborn from deception. Eyes wide open, no room for misdirection. Every step we take, we honor the connection between past and present, forging our resurrection. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. We cultivate vision, planting seeds of awareness, challenge the narrative, break out of the harness, digging deep for knowledge, unearthing the hidden. Our minds are the soil where the future is written, no longer confined by the scripts they prescribe. We write our own story, let the real one subscribe. One voice becomes many, together we rally. Freedom's not a concept, it's a move and a tally. Case, we break the cage. Thought by thought, we shift the stage. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. Rise up, speak out, watch the new world breathe.
Innocent. Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
Fair game for the public to hear. That was a powerful statement. But the statement that Ann Taylor made right before that was the state was trying to hide. What was the state trying to hide in the Idaho 4? Because we are here to talk about it. I'm Phoenix, and welcome to Phoenix Talks, y'all, where we rise above assumptions here. We stay curious, that's the goal, and we think with open minds. So this may not be the stream for you if you are not staying curious, rise above assumptions and all the chaos with the rumors. And I'll tell you, it's crazy out there on the streets. And keep an open mind, because every question matters. Every angle is welcome here, and nothing is off limits in this nest. So this is where curiosity sparks that fire that you have in your belly. So let me ask you this. We're going to do a speed round. Put a thumbs up if you haven't hit that thumbs up button. And what do I mean by a speed round? Now, this is going to be absolutely fun, okay? You guys have to listen, and I'm going to ask you questions, and you're going to type as fast as you can. So whatever you're doing, stop, listen, drop and roll. Just kidding. Okay, let's do it. Rapid fire round. No thinking, just answer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coffee or energy drink? Coffee or energy drink? Early riser or don't talk to me yet? It's a speed round. Early riser or don't talk to me yet? Weekend too short or way too short? Weekend too short or way too short? Keep going. We're going to go fire. Music or silence while working? Music or silence while working? Don't talk to me yet. I love it. Text or call? Text or call? Here we go. Number 6. Sweet or salty snack? Sweet or salty? Music, music. Okay, number 7. Hoodie or t-shirt today? Hoodie or t-shirt? Here's number 8. Sunshine or cloudy vibes? Sunshine or cloudy vibes? 9. Talker or listener? This is speed round. We're going to keep going. Talker or listener? 10. Inbox 0 or chaos? Inbox 0 or chaos? 11. Stay in or stay out? Go out. Stay in or go out? 12. To-do list or wing it? Leslie. Chaos. To-do list or wing it? 13. Phone in hand or face down? Phone in hand or face down? 14. Color, go. Your favorite color. And the last one, speed list, speed round. One word to describe your Monday. Go. Now that, my friends, is rapid fire. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to welcome you all in. Well, you guys are still typing that out. And thank you so much for being here live. I appreciate every single one of you. Caleb, good evening. And pardon me of my absence. Okay, we know that you've got life and we totally understand that. Heather, welcome in. Les, Lola, welcome in. Dina, Molly, welcome in. Yes, welcome in everyone. Donna Rosa, good to see you again. Amanda B in the house. Haley's in the house. Rebecca OG, thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. Brenda in the house. Let's see who answered these questions. Les, coffee. Cat's Girl, coffee. Rebecca, coffee. Michelle, neither. Nice. I would have to pick coffee myself. Amanda, neither. Dina, energy drink. Donna Rosa, energy drink. Yeah, once in a while. That's just way too much caffeine for me. I would be on literally fire. Amanda, don't talk to me. I love it. So that question was early riser or don't talk to me. Number 2. Dina, early riser. Kat's early riser. Don't talk to me, Les. Donna, coffee. Donna Rosa, don't talk. Rebecca, don't talk to me yet. Weekend, Cat's Girl, too short, Amanda. Way too short, Michelle. Weekend, way too short, Haley. Energy drink, frappe. Okay, now I could definitely do a frappe. Amanda, music. I think everybody's pretty much music. Okay, everybody's music. Brenda, tea. And let's see. Text or call. Most people said text. Silence, text, call. I would probably say call. Text is so, I guess it depends on what the issue is or what the question is. Amanda, salty, sweet or salty? Salty. I would say salty too. Definitely. There's a lot of sweet and salties in here. Hoodie. I took you for a hoodie girl, Amanda. I definitely did. Les, t-shirt. Rebecca, t-shirt. Hoodie. Haley, hoodie. T-shirt. Cats, t-shirt. Dina, t-shirt. Well, surprisingly enough, I mean, it was storming and I put on a t-shirt. I could have wore a hoodie. Hoodie, Michelle. Hoodie, Donna Rosa. Too long. Too long. What was that question? Oh, the weekend, maybe. Sunshine or cloudy vibes. Sun, sun, sun. Oh, we got a cloudy, Rebecca. Everyone else said sunshine pretty much. Talker or listener? Talker. I'm definitely a talker. Except for when I don't want to talk, then I'm a listener. Amanda, listener, listener, talker, talker. Les, talker. I knew it. It depends. It really does. Rebecca 000 chaos. Woo! Les likes your email in chaos mode. 0 chaos 000 in. Stay in or go out. I think stay in. I'm in a stay in era. I don't know about you. Let me see. Speaking of era, I saw Taylor Swift's era tours, a little bit of it last night. That thing is 3 hours long. I'm going to have to go back because my daughter wanted to watch the Jonas Brothers Christmas, so I let her watch it. And that was pretty good too. I thought it was a cute little movie. Sweater. Sweater. Yeah, I would have to probably say sweater too. Yeah. Yeah. Hoodie, hoodie, hoodie to do sunshine hand, pink, red. I could have went for pink. Yep. Terracotta. I don't know. I'm kind of in this like mauve plum color stage. Hectic, productive, wing it, wing it. Great. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Dizzy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Phone in hand, black color work. Wow, look at all these. That is amazing. You guys are on it. What a fantastic beginning opening for Phoenix Talks. I'll tell you, here we have creative fire, and I hope you guys are ready to bring it today. So there's a couple of things that kind of was really so good in our last session, in our last live that we did. Just so many great comments, such great interaction. And a lot of people kept saying, well, what about, I'm sitting here listening, crocheting a flamingo. That is so cool. That is so cool, Cat Farm. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we did an exercise together? And because someone had mentioned the Law and Crime video that was released, and I wanted to see what other people that they might have captured with shoes on, because someone said, and I'll tell you at the end of this, good morning, Marion. It's kind of funny that someone said that. And I went back to go watch this video, and I want you to watch a little bit of it with me. And it wouldn't make sense to me because they said something about somebody having a certain pair of shoes on during the actual body cam. And I thought it would not make sense to me unless somebody rinsed off their shoes in the kitchen, if they walked out of Xana's room and they walked towards Dylan's room and absolutely went to the sink. Because if you think about this, why wouldn't they go to the bathroom to wash their shoes off? It was a latent footprint. It wasn't a total, complete footprint. Okay? So why would somebody say they left a latent footprint in the front room on the way to Dylan's room, but there would be no more footprints anywhere else? So we know that perhaps it was some type of clean up. But what kind of cleanup do you think took place when they made us believe in the narrative they were selling that this place had to have been a blood bath, and that's why they tore down the house? Unless because they tried to clean up and the chemicals were so bad they had to destroy the house, because that's exactly what was in some of those emails that were released, is that the destruction of the house was so bad that that's the reason they had to destroy the house. Now, I don't know if it was the chemicals used to clean up in addition to the chemicals used to do forensics, but I think it probably was a little bit of both, in my humble opinion. So I was able to see the latent print in one of the photos. Okay, so where was that in one of the photos? Because the latent print was not visible to the human eye in the forensics documents. Okay, but here's my question. It was a partial latent print, a partial, and it was leaving the front room on the way to Dylan's door. So if it was a partial print that someone cleaned up, then they had to have cleaned up the rest of the prints, but it never said anything in the forensic documents. Marion, thank you so much for that gift. We appreciate that. Detective extraordinary, thank you from Brian. Well, Marion, you are very welcome. We are here seeking justice and the truth, and no matter how it has to come out, we want the truth. If someone is factually innocent, can't place them at the scene of the crime, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this because this is ironic, okay? This is ironic. And if you know me, you know I don't believe in coincidence. I can't. One footprint, for a victim, partial blood trail. How does that happen? How in the world does that happen? See, the PCA, like I said yesterday, was one partial latent footprint was identified. It was a Vans diamond waffle pattern like. Not so it was similar. It wasn't exactly Vans. But in forensics, and I've done a lot of digging since we had that live. I looked at forensic documents to the point where someone had said that the FBI had a program called Soul Finder or something like that. And I started digging deep in forensic books and looking all around. Now, I am no expert. We are just learning this together. And I want to be very open-minded here in the video we're going to watch. But I'll tell you, I found a lot of interesting information. Now, this is not the crime scene photos from the Idaho 4. These are other forensic photos from other crime scenes. And I want to preface this and say, when we watch this video, I want you to remember that, again, we are no experts. We are just here discussing this case. And we are thinking with our heads, with logic, within reason, right? We're no experts. I'm no expert. But let's watch this video and let's see if we can see anyone else with shoes that may be of interest. Let's just take a peek.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
She's at Concord. Yes.
Where at? Up here?
Up here. You got us all that we're working in the animal. And I just checking here and you can write this down. And I checked this using the burrito with cheese. And I didn't check them yet, but I'm pretty sure.
13.
Okay, so, Hunter walks in. I didn't see anyone else with shoes that would look like Vans. I'm no foot expert. I'm no shoe expert. But this is an old classic Van style waffle pattern shoe. In the top, in the middle, it looks like there's like stars, or I don't know what you would call that pattern. And then there's obviously the diamond pattern on the back side of the shoe. But Dylan has no shoes on. Okay. Now, this is exactly what someone else told me. That shoe was carried out in a plastic bag. Now, Bethany's not there, correct? Now, she's not there in the scene yet. Hunter is sus regardless of what's on his feet. Okay. Now, And this is what I'm looking at. Someone said Hunter did have a type of Van slip-ons. Now, I don't think they were Van slip-ons unless they come in shower shoes, but I mean, I'm no shoe expert once again. But when Nunez walks up and says, "Okay, show me," there is, and I can play this in super slow motion, y'all, because this is baffling. Now, keep in mind, this diamond pattern was found outside Dylan's room on the second floor, and it was described as a possible mark, partial, not a full impression. And if it was not blood, it was a latent dust or transfer print. Well, we know it was. It was presumed positive. So let's watch him walk upstairs. I'm going to slow this down a little bit, and let's see if we can see the bottom of his shoes without, darn it, without getting too blurry. I shared the pics with you, Phoenix. Okay, hold on. I know that's super slow, but I want to see him walk up the stairs. Okay, so Uggs, no shoes. Those look on some like little slippy shoes on. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, so those look like sneakers, Uggs, some type of slip-on, Crocs, and then no shoes. Now, Dylan had no shoes. So how could she... Oh, you can't see this, goofy me. Hold on a minute. How could she not... So it looks like Uggs, a pair of maybe Crocs or something, tennis shoes, no shoes. How did she leave that crime scene without getting any blood on her feet? How is that possible if this was such a bloody massacre? How is that even possible? Look at those shoes. No shoes, tennis shoes, and maybe some Uggs. And then let's watch this as we go. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see how slow we can go. He lifts up his feet on the stairs. Now, I can't see the sole of that shoe, but it looks like they blocked it out. Is that just me, or do you guys see that? It looks like it's blurred out. Why would they blur the bottom of his soles out? What in the world? Hold on one second. Why would they do that? I'm going to go a little bit further.
Yeah. We're shit. We're shit.
Yes.
That looks blurred out to me. Does that not? Why would they blur this out? Okay, that's probably the best picture that I've been able to get of his shoes. So I know some people have messaged me and said those are Van shoes. So let's see if we can find Van slides. Van slide shoes. Let's just see. Or Birkenstocks. It might be low quality. Yeah, the camera movement, that's possible. I mean, how bad of quality could it be when we can see other things? But that was blurry as heck. Those look like some type of shower shoes. And that's exactly what I thought. Why would they blur that out? I don't think it's the quality of the camera. I mean, and believe me, people do redact a lot of information from body cams because I'll go back and I'll play it at normal speed. And let me go back and then we can watch it again as he walks up the stairs. I don't think it's because of the speed either. So let me get to about right here. Seems like it's been sped up.
Up here?
See?
Up here. You got it all from that.
Yeah, that's a knife at the top of the stairs. It still looks like, no, I keep hitting that. It still looks like perhaps, let me go 7.5 and let's see if that helps a little bit. Let me go forward a little bit, not too much.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
That's definitely blurred out, you guys. That is definitely blurred out. Blurred, blurred, blurred. So it looks like these might be, let me see if these are the same one. Classic style, modern comfort, off the wall. Hold on. Let's see.
Up here?
Okay, this is the actual screenshot that I grabbed from this body cam. So let me put that up here on the stage. Let's see. That looks, oh God, Amanda. Dang. Shout out to Amanda. Amanda, that is freaking amazing. How in the world? Let me send this to myself and then I will throw them up on the screen. That was fast. Maybe somebody's talked about these shoes before. But the other day after we did that amazing live together, people were just sending all kinds of stuff. Crazy wild stuff. I mean, what's the most wildest thing that you have seen in this case? I mean, literally, the wildest thing so far to date that you've seen in this case. Mine has been the lack of evidence tested that we don't see. Because I guarantee you, there are thousands of documents that have not been shared. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get me a drink of water. Okay, so I would say the lack of evidence, the lack of inconsistencies. Let's see, today, Dylan, you guys are funny. The gross amount of inconsistencies. Yep, the lack of testing. Yeah, why are they hiding so much stuff compared to all these other high profile cases? And why is this one different? There must be a reason. And I guarantee you. So let's think about this for a minute. Let's really think about what Best of Me said. She is spot on. Okay. So I've got the pictures that Amanda shared with me. But before I put them up on the screen, let's think about this for a minute. So Moscow Police Department was in charge of this investigation. They were the lead. ISP was assisting, FBI was assisting. So everything that comes from and shared, the evidence, is from Moscow Police Department. And how did they ever get Brian Kohberger's name? How did they get his name? They got IgG, and they got it by getting his dad's DNA out of 4 bags of trash, apparently, allegedly. So they made the trash maybe fit this profile and said, this is your guy. And then they made everything else fit. Is that what happened? Because this was not a federal case. The FBI didn't take this case. So everything that we've learned from MPD and ISP, we've never seen anybody in the FBI at a post conference saying basically, yeah, no connection, no stalking, nothing. We tried to make it work. That's what they basically said. We tried to find a connection, any connection. Now, mind you guys, hands down, all the evidence that they collected from Kohberger, I'm sure was tested, but we never saw any of that. I'm talking multiple weapons, multiple knives, a gun, and some other things, a jack, and all these other things that are not in this forensic testing, not in there. So I'm calling this a sham of an investigation. Something larger had to be in play. So let me show you these slides that Amanda sent me. Holy moly, Amanda. Shout out to you, girlfriend. I'll tell you, you guys must have talked about this before. So look at the shoe picture that she sends. This is the shoe picture that I grabbed in the upstairs when he turns and walks around the corner. This is right at the front door. But look at these Vans slip-on shoes. That pretty much looks like this pair of shoes that I have at the top of the stairs. And look at the sole of the bottom of these Vans. This is like an oh dang moment, right? Look at that. Look at that print. That is freaking phenomenal. Now, how in the world did they not know this to blur out the freaking pictures of him walking up the freaking stairs, guys? What in the heck is this? And why are those shoes not in evidence? I mean, these are just things that people observe. We're not breaking the story or solving a crime. The crime's already been solved. They got their guy. Think about it. They got their guy behind bars. They got a conviction. Goody for them. But out of an entire crime scene soaked in blood, the only partial footprint isn't bloody. It's not downstairs. It's not upstairs. It's on the second floor. It's on the freaking second floor. They do look a little small. They do. And I'm glad you're not the only one that said it. Look at that. His feet is hanging over the back. They do look a little small for him. I noticed that in the video. Now, here's something else. They do look small. Yeah. How in the world did someone miss this and not ask for these in evidence? I mean, they did have a private third-party investigator, okay? They might be. They do look too small for them. They do. And we can only assume. We're just speculating. We're not saying they are. We're just saying we're speculating. Who else wore slippers too small? The sweater guy. Yeah, his slippers were pretty small too. But think about it. If this place was a bloody bath and they told him to go and check Xana, check on Ethan. Now, it's very clear that this isn't just about the shoes. Okay? It's not just about the shoes. I am going to play the rest of this video, and I want you to listen to what Hunter says. Where there's prints should be, they don't exist. In a quadruple stabbing, think about it. The killer would have to step in blood, track it across floors, transfer it onto the stairs, leave smears or partial prints on hardwood and tile, and even carpet if present. But forensic documents confirm there were no bloody prints on the stairs, and this is all per the documents. No prints on the third floor, no blood, no prints in Kaylee or Maddie's hallway, no prints exiting through the sliding door, no partial prints on a hardwood floors, no prints on any of the formica or the tile, no prints in the kitchen or living room, and this is all per the forensic documents. Believe me, I scoured through them, and no prints on the back porch or outside steps. So tell me, how did the freaking killer leave the house? Oh, that's right. They said he had a kill kit. They said he had a kill kit, and that's how he got out of that mess. Interesting. The killer would have had to walk through the crime scene without leaving a trail, and that is impossible in the world of forensics. Impossible. Unless somebody washed that off in the sink. Think about it. No blood was documented. No struggle occurred. No victim located on the second floor, except for Xana in her room and Ethan on the bed. And the affidavit says the killer walked carefully around a surviving roommate. Carefully. Meaning, if the killer was bleeding, blood covered, or carrying a weapon that was leaking, the second floor should have multiple tracks. But instead, it has only a latent partial print. Now, let me ask you, why would the killer maliciously do this and miraculously leave one foot in the clearest place in the house, but none of them are the bloodiest? We got a partial. So let's talk about this. If it was Van footwear versus injury pattern. So the injuries suggest repeated high force stabbing, fast movement, swift, physical exertion, blood spray, and arterial pressure. I don't think someone in slip-ons could carry out this type of crime. But I'm just questioning, why did they not take it into evidence to test? That's a simple thing to do. Simple thing. Very simple thing to test. This whole evidence, in my humble opinion, was blotched. Just like the crime scene. So a person, all dressed in black, tactical clothing, that's the prosecution's narrative, by the way, would typically wear boots, tactical shoes, or heavy athletic shoes. But Vans? Come on. They're flat, they're thin, they had loud floors, poor traction, slippery, bloody crime scene. So Van Soles, I say, was bogus in the PCA, in my humble opinion. Because if you narrow it down, there is no way somebody with Vans on could commit a crime such as this, per the experts. Could have been a witness. See, because the forensic contradiction, I reached out to somebody today, and they told me that Vans soles should leave clearer patterns due to their shallow waffle texture when interacting with any blood or dust. Yet, there's no waffle prints, no slip marks, no drag marks, no cleanup patterns. So it couldn't have been somebody wearing Vans. We're looking in the wrong lens. Another part of the narrative to lead us astray, to make us think it was one of the kids wearing Vans. Isn't that something powerful that you would just logically not think of at the time Dexter committed the crime, right, Ink Mama? A latent print means it wasn't from a wet substance. It came from skin cell residue, like obviously the blood that they found. It means that the shoe was clean at the time. So did the killer wear brand new shoes? If the killer stepped in blood at any point, the print would be smudged, pressure variable, directional, tracked. Think of all that from a technical standpoint. But the single Vans print shows none of that. So a killer leaving a pattern like this in the middle of a massacre is like a surgeon leaving a fingerprint on the ceiling. It doesn't happen naturally. I mean, imagine you being a forensic expert. In a scene like this, a real forensic team expects to see cast-off tracks, bloody shoe impressions, start and stop prints under pressure, movement patterns, multi-directional patterns, weapon drip prints, overlapping prints, the victim's offenders, EMS. Well, we know that that would be police because the EMS didn't arrive on scene and go in. But the Idaho 4 prints don't fit any of the homicide pattern. There's no print story, only a print anomaly. Did the print even belong to the killer? I mean, Vans shoes, let's think about this. We all did this exercise. They're extremely common in college. Roommates, visitors, family may have worn Vans. I know some guys in their 50s that still wear Vans. The house had heavy foot traffic. The print was latent, could have been old. They waited 8 hours to call 911. It's not a directional print. It's an entry or exit. And of all the shoes that they got from Kohberger, it wasn't even tied biometrically to Kohberger. It was never confirmed. Now, since Moscow Police Department was in charge of the investigation, and they were the forefront runners in giving out information, where did all the leaks come from about this latent print? Because the video that I did, I showed a print, but it wasn't even the real print. it didn't even look like a Vans print. So whoever shared that picture, that was another bogus leak. Talk about leaks in this investigation. I mean, what's a leak that you've heard that's not even true? I just debunked the Vans. The Vans was a red herring in the PCA. Thank goodness you all are starting to see it. Thank goodness. Logically, all the things that we've been told may not even be true. I mean, let's talk about all the leaks in the investigation. I mean, the one that throws me for the loop is that someone's insides were removed and sold on the black market. I mean, how stupid. I mean, I'm pretty open-minded, but how stupid is it to share that when you don't have the facts? That blows my ever-loving mind. Blows my freaking mind. Because if this was airtight, none of this would have happened. None of the leaks, the biggest leak. I think the biggest leak was the cop who told the whole case of his Tinder date. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the Tinder date guys, oh my gosh. You know, I met him on Tinder and he told me that I had wide birthing hips. Come on, who really says that shit? The black hooded photo of BK. Exactly. Exactly. They're freaking messing with us. They have to be. The white Elantra and the sheath are red herrings. Yep. I agree. Most of what we've been told, not true here. Kaylee and Xana pregnant. All the AI leaked photos. I mean, keep going, guys. You're getting there. All of it was hearsay. I mean, the victim information. Hey, Caleb. Good to see you, honey. I have a question. I was listening to one of your videos with Steve G and some other lady. I forgot who it was. They said MG was shot 5 times. I was hearing it wrong. Was I hearing it wrong? Some other lady forgot. I forgot who said that MG. You mean KG? So in the beginning of this, and I thought that was a red herring too. In the beginning of this, I thought, in my humble opinion, that that was a red herring too. I really did. So I don't know. That's when the interview that he was doing, that their cousin or somebody texted them at the school, from the school, and told them that the party had been shot up. I remember that. And we don't know what's true. We haven't seen the autopsy. They haven't released anything. There are more forensic pictures, all kinds of stuff. The new one I heard was they cut a baby out of Kaylee. No way. Whoever is sharing that is disgusting. That is disgusting behavior. And if they said it that way, that is total slander. What is wrong with people? What is wrong? Okay, I'm just going to have to ask all of you. Are your fingers broken? Really? Are your fingers broken that you can't hit the thumbs up button? There's 186 of us here. 186 of us. Come on, you guys. Hit that button. Hit the like button. It's not that difficult. I appreciate the engagement. I'm bringing you facts and evidence. You guys, I know you appreciate me, but it's not so hard just to hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate that. That means a lot. And if you don't know how this freaking algorithm works on YouTube. I'm really not here but to be able to spread the reach of everything that I brought. Yeah, thank you guys. I always forget. 48% of us, 48 of us appreciate your content. I appreciate that. I thought you were going to say fingers broken and you can't use Google. Oh, you know what? Let's see that thing go up to at least 100. I mean, honestly, Caleb, you keep an eye on that and tell us when we get close to 100. Okay? The shoes were there beforehand as were in the videos of the girls' TikToks. Yeah, absolutely. I got it to the beginning. Okay. Tell me when we get 100 out of 191. Yay, 102. See, that is why I love you guys. Look how easy that was to get to 100. Let's see if we can get to 150. Everyone, smash that freaking button. If you appreciate the fire rapid round, smash that button. Okay, let's do this. So, but I can't send anything to Phoenix. It won't let me. Okay, hold on. So, don't forget that Christy said on the DTS that Hunter had opened the door because Ethan was laying against it. Now, I want to go back. Yes, they did. I want to go back and I want you to listen. We're going to listen in normal time, normal speed. Listen. Well, I think I have to play it at 75. Listen to what Hunter tells the officer. Listen real close to what he tells the officer. I'm going to let this play.
Where at? Up here?
Up here. You got us all from that we're working normal. And I just checking here.
All right, I think I have to play it normal because it's like really muffled.
You can write this down. And I checked this using the breeder, and I didn't check him yet, but I'm pretty sure.
I didn't check him yet. So he knows, Hunter knows that that is Xana. And he knows that that is Ethan.
13. Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in or not.
I don't know if they're still here or not. Who? Who is he referring to? Think about that. I don't know if they are still in here or not. He said they. Okay, I'll go back. Let's listen to it real close, guys.
And I didn't check him yet, but I'm pretty sure.
13. Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in or not. I grabbed them. They're like
1370. Okay, stay back there, please. Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities.
Now, Amanda, you bring up a very good point. Do you remember who that female was that was feeding them all BS and lies? That is very interesting. That is very interesting. I am not afraid to say it. Now, I will tell you, a lot of people have said, oh, you have no filter. Believe me, I have a filter when it comes to certain things, but there's just some things I won't tolerate. And obviously, I have no skin in this game. The only thing that I can share with you is what I see. You know, my old song, Phoenix, what do you see? I tend to see things differently, and it's okay sometimes. But I wouldn't have been taking all the heat that I've taken if we're not on the right track. Now, A lot of people said, oh, this investigation is so blotched. The evidence, the crime scene contamination. And I'm wondering who that is, Amanda. The family, the G family hired the PI. Have we heard anything lately about or from the G's? Anyone at all? Let me see if they have any new interviews because they sure got quiet. Let me see if there's any. I'll do a partial live dig. Any new news? Any new videos? Anything out? No. The last thing I seen was 3 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago. I haven't really seen anything new. Let me check and see if there's. The only thing that I want to go over next is, of course, the new video that did come out, well, audio. And I've got some questions about this personally, but I haven't seen anything new come out in the news other than Ashley Banfield talk about the potential alleged lawsuit and this audio that I put up over the weekend. Let me just grab that. I want to listen to this real quick because there are a ton of questions that people were asking that were amazing. We'll come back to that, Amanda. We'll definitely come back to that. I was almost going to say you're a connoisseur for truth. I'm a crusader to justice and the truth. You do great work, Phoenix. Thank you. We know where the investigation was headed. We definitely know. Just from their lawyers seeking money. Nothing new. Nothing new because this case is going to new records are going to be released. They're going to be unredacted. I can't believe the number of lies from Ellie in those interviews. Is the whole city involved? That's a great question. That is a great question. If you could ask, now let's talk about this. If you could ask one question from one officer in Moscow, who would it be and what question would you ask? Who would it be and what question would you ask? I think, let me see. I would ask personally. I don't always comment, but always like and love the content. Thanks, Phoenix. You're welcome, private account 6009. I mean, we know Brian Koberger is factually innocent. Now, if he wasn't, Moscow and ISP in their post-sentencing interview after he was taking the plea deal, they wouldn't have said they couldn't make any connection. So why didn't the FBI step up and say, but we did. Here's all the truth. Here's all the facts. And we'll talk about this in a minute, right? We will definitely talk about that. Why didn't the G's ever use Olivia Channel with the huge following to release their inside info? Because they knew it was lies. Maybe she wasn't going to do it. I don't know. Knowing they had to tell the truth. Gunderson, why did you not secure the knife sheath properly? Chain of custody. Rosie, did you accidentally shoot someone? I would ask Fry what the heck is really going on there. These are great questions, y'all. Fantastic. Why did Chief Fry really retire? Sergeant DB. Why are you following Sergeant MK from Pullman, the LEO that got in trouble? Ha! That's a good one. That is a freaking good one. They're buddies. They're friends. It's the good old boy club. They have to. I would only ask the FBI agents involved. Was anyone in the home that night for any reason? I would ask Payne why he thought he got lead. I've been here just doing yard work. Well, I can. Rain coming late Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, gosh, we're praying for you in that rain. I mean, a storm just rolled through here. I was hoping that my internet would not go out. I would love to ask why the FBI will not release the documents so we can all see the facts. I agree. If there's any facts. I don't believe that the G's are reading documents because they believe it's Brian. Jesus Christ could tell them that they were wrong and they would plug their ears. You're probably right, Les. You are probably right. Why did they all retire, including Judge? Yeah, the end of their careers. End of their careers. And people agree with you guys. Look at that. Show us support. I'm telling you. I line them out and say, what the, you lie so much, and corrupt every single one of them and ask how much they get paid to lie. Gunderson, what did you take out of Kaylee's room? And what made you decide to take the DNA yourself to Othram? Yeah, right? Crazy. Shannon Gray should be reading them, though. He should be. He's their representative. He is their counsel, their attorney, their advisor. He should be. I mean, the wildest things, and this is one of the wildest things, okay? You know, when this might be a little off for you. Let me just grab this real quick. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but let me go to the actual website so you can see it for yourself. This is wild, okay? Now, I don't know if a lot of you have seen this. Bertie and I talked about this. The Moscow Police Department decided to make a dedicated challenge coin in memory of the four murdered students, right? At the University of Idaho. This was almost a year later, okay? So they made a challenge coin, Forever in Our Hearts, Vandal Strong, to whom much is given, much is required. So I don't know if you know the history of a challenge coin, since we're talking about Moscow Police Department. During World War II, and it says it right here in the document, pilots would carry medallion coins to show their respect, loyalty, and oath and camaraderie for their unit. The tradition has been since carried out in the military, police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and athletes. And basically, Moscow's police department, their first coin was in 2007. They honored a police officer that was died in the line of duty. Okay. And then they had another challenge coin that was 125th anniversary of the Moscow community, and a fourth coin was made to recognize the relationship between MPD and the University, Idaho. And then the fifth one was a year after the deaths of the Idaho 4. So this challenge coin was dedicated, and basically this is kind of like a memorabilia type of thing. But when you go and you learn what a challenge coin is, this is something that is mind-boggling, okay? Because, I mean, I've had some challenge coins in my life, and it's not like, I mean, how do I say this without sounding cringe? Gosh, how do I say this? So a challenge coin is kind of like, it bears value, like memory, right? They're usually used in military settings to recognize achievements. They can serve as tokens for special recognition. And you can find all kinds of medallions like this, coins, military themed custom designs. Companies do them, right? So the police department puts it in there. It's like a memorial, just something you carry in your pocket. Okay. And, but these coins could actually be used in, I don't want to, I don't want to say nefarious reasoning behind it, but kind of like giving it power. And I guess that's the way I can describe it. Okay. Um, let's do the history of challenge coins. So I mean, I can say it, but I want to say it politically correct. Okay. So back in the days, even in ancient Rome, they carried these coins because it was for their bravery and loyalty. But some people see it as kind of like cultural, right? A cultural significance. And it's kind of like I want to say it, but I don't want to say it because a lot of people are going to be like, no, that's not true. But it could also be seen as a ritual. Okay. And what do I mean by that? You're giving power to that. Okay. So, I mean, they used to call them ritual coins. Okay. They're deep rooted in a lot of war, death, stuff of that, bravery, loyalty, honor, service. I mean, I could probably go on and on, but there's some things that there, I mean, look up challenge coins in their history and you can see what kind of coins are out there. Some of those are kind of scary, y'all. Okay? Some of those are really scary. So they spent all this money to make a challenge coin with the Idaho 4 on it, which is bizarre. Like that was it's bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre. It's like a token of, oh, I don't want to offend anyone or piss anyone off, but it just doesn't make sense why they would make a challenge coin. And for these 4 that lost their lives, I mean, these police officers weren't brave. It wasn't anything heroic. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of like a slap in the face. Thank you, Amanda. That's what I was trying to say. It's kind of like a poke and like ha ha, or in my humble opinion. It's not like this was like one of those you guys all came together and this is amazing, right? um so all 4 families and each officer who worked the case received their own challenge coin. It says, this is a small gesture, but it symbolizes a great deal to our department, MPD said. Thank you for the community and your continued faith and support. We are Vandal strong. I think, in my humble opinion, that this is just bad taste. Bad taste. Now, it didn't say that they sold them. I've never seen them being sold. And it's not like they're going to have a lot of monetary value because those are usually given to people who, it's kind of like to me in the Olympics. If they win the Olympic medal, they get a medal, right? But did they sell them? I don't know. Terry says, yeah, they did sell them. Again, did they sell them to make money? Oh my God, please don't tell me that. You gotta be kidding me. Did they have a fundraiser or something? Oh my gosh. They're taking, yeah, let me, they need to come clean. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is wild. Don't forget how we all stuck together to protect U of I or whoever they're protecting. Very true. Very, very true. Now, I don't see where they sold them. I mean, I'll go back to the archives and see if they sold them online or anything, but that is, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they did. Not one bit. Wow. Okay. Next up, we are going to listen to this video really quick. And this is the video. If you haven't heard of it, it is, here it is. I'm your private driver. This is Eric Gower, Idaho 4, audio interview with Moscow. And let me tell you, it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth.
You want to see right there for me, man? Yeah, for sure. All right. So, obviously, I think you know why we're here. Like, we just need to try and figure out what you can tell us and any information that you have. Okay. Okay. So, do you know a Maddie or Kaylee?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you know that?
So I drive for Uber and Lyft. I drive for Uber and Lyft, and so I met them through that, and they kind of became some of my regulars. So I drive them pretty frequently. They texted me last night at Saturday at 10:02 p.m. Kaylee texted me and asked if I could pick her and some friends up from their house at 11:22 and take them to the club. I got there at 10:15, picked them up, took them to the club. I think there was 3 of them. Can't remember that for sure, but there was at least a couple in the back, I think, and Kaylee was up front.
Okay.
And then at 1:45 a.m., Kaylee texted me, said, "Hey, can you come pick me up and some friends from the grub truck?" I got there at 1:49, and then they got in the car shortly thereafter, and I took them home. It was only a 3-4 minute drive, dropped them off, and then headed out to another ride.
Okay. And who did you pick up? What time did you pick them up at?
I got to the grub truck at 1:49 a.m., and then their sister, I think it was, texted me last night, and kind of talking with her, went and found because grub truck live streams their stuff, went and found them on that, because I couldn't remember for sure who the other person was, and so found them on that, and then they got in the car, and then we drove straight to their house, and I dropped them off.
All right, so let's go back through here just a little bit. So you drive for Uber and Lyft.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that since 2019. October of 2019, I think.
How long has Kaylee been a regular for you?
I think they started last year. I think they lived there last year. There's a lot of people that come through that house, like friends of theirs and old alumni and stuff.
So let me get this right. This is November of 2022. And he's saying last year. So he's saying 2021. But Kaylee didn't move in there until the summer of 2022. I know Maddie lived there the year before. So I'm questioning, stay with me, okay? I'm questioning if in fact his memory is that great. He said a couple in 2021, okay? So I want you to keep this in mind as his memory progressively, in my humble opinion, gets worse.
So for about the last year then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were obviously working Saturday night, or were you just at home?
Yeah, I was working.
Okay, so you're out. You have an app that they contact you through, or was she texting you directly?
She is texting me directly.
Okay. So Kaylee has your cell phone number?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so they contacted you directly.
Mm-hmm.
You picked them up at the house first?
Yep. Picked her up at the house, 11:22 there at
Okay.
whatever time, 10:02 I think is when she first texted me. I think I got there at 10:15.
Okay. And you said you took Kaylee and 3 other girls?
I think there was 3 total. I think there was
3 total, so Kaylee and 2 others?
Yeah, I think. I said, there's quite a few that come through that house, so I hadn't gotten names and faces down entirely. It's always dark when I'm driving people, so
That's fine.
I can't remember who all it was.
Then you got another text from her about 1:45.
Yep.
Asking to pick them up with a grub truck.
Yep.
You arrived there at 1:49.
Yep.
Okay. And when you picked them up, where did you park?
I parked in front of the grub truck, and so then they came up from the back of the car.
Now, what do you mean by in front of the grub truck? In front of it.
So where it parks there outside the garden,
Okay.
it had a space in front of it, and there was a car already behind it.
Okay.
So when I pulled up, I just kind of pulled in between the front of the grub truck and that curb, like where the Friendship Square like crosswalk is.
Okay. So you're facing.
I'm facing south.
Okay. So you're facing the south direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just pull up.
Mhm.
How long did it take them to get to you?
2-3 minutes maybe. I pulled up and I texted her that where I parked, and she said, "Perfect, be in a sec." They are at 75 and we were 78 order numbers.
Okay.
And within a couple of minutes, they got in. Kaylee sat up front, and Maddie sat in the back.
Okay. Did they say anything to you when they got in the car?
We talked like usual. Maddie was in the back and was eating her grub truck with her hands. And Kaylee was up front and just kind of was like, "Hey, I hear you back there eating that with your dirty little hands. Like, don't eat all of that. We're going to split it." She's like, I'm not.
Okay.
And then, just kind of talked, asking how the night went and everything. Everything seems fine.
What did they say about that?
I don't remember specifically. I was working since like 10 a.m. I'd been out till 3 the night before, I think it was. So it had a bunch of people, but it's just kind of usual. Like, I don't remember him saying anything like, "Oh, look, tonight sucked," or whatever. I had a lot of people that said, "Oh, tonight was like so-so," but nothing like that stood out as far as weird or awkward or anything like that. As far as I remember everything was fine.
They didn't talk about anybody else they had been talking to during the night. Didn't give you anything to make you feel that there was anything that had happened during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you still have all their texts?
Yeah.
Can you screenshot those and send those to me from the first text with her to the last one?
First ever, or
from Saturday. So
Saturday.
What? Wait a minute. I'm confused. I gotta listen to this 1 second. Hold on.
Send those to me from the.
He's gonna let him screenshot them. This is the guy who maybe the second to the last saw them alive and drops them off at their house. And they're just allowing him to screenshot and send these to the police department? What? Wait a minute. The last person, screenshots are easy to fake. The last person, okay, let me just preface this because it's important to understand this. He drops them off. He's the last one outside of the house to see Maddie and Kaylee alive. Okay? And if you just joined us, hit the thumbs up. We are an open-minded thinking group here. If the way of thinking is not for you, now is your time to exit out really quick, because here we rise above the assumptions, the rumors, the lies, it's horrible. We stay curious and we think with open minds. So every angle, every thought matters anybody who comes here, nothing is off limits. And remember, we are speculating and listening and questioning the narrative. And when the private driver is the last person outside of this house that sees the victims alive, don't you think he should have handed over the evidence, or handed over his phone, searched for evidence? Because from what I understand is that Kaylee texted him off the app, just a regular text, to come get her, to take them and Maddie and allegedly Jenna to the club, and then texted him again off the app to bring him home. And it was very common that they would text him off the app. Very common from what I understand.
First text with her to the last one.
First ever? Or
from Saturday. So starting on Saturday, when was your first text with her?
Let's see here. Saturday, 8:40. She asked if I was driving.
Okay, start with that one.
Okay.
So start there. and then to whenever your last text with her was.
Okay. Yeah, I texted her after I got the vandal alert asking if they were all okay.
Okay.
And then what's your phone number again?
So there is a redacted for his phone number. Yeah, this was also the guy in the ISP reports that he was handing airplane bottles to drunk girls. Airplane bottles to drunk girls, girls who were already drunk. Wow. It is redacted. It'll come back on in a minute. Exactly. Even if they text him off the app.
Yep.
Yep.
What's your middle initial?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And your date of birth?
Yes, and remember the warrant did come back that he was off duty.
I'm still going to ask for a
I believe, Caleb, that was Jenna McClure, allegedly, that was given a ride back to the. She went with them to the to the bar, Corner Club, but she did not get in the car with them on the way back.
What's your address? Okay. And your phone number again? Your license in Idaho?
Yeah. You have. Oh, okay.
Actually, you know if it's out of Idaho or not. So.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And you sent those to me?
Yep. And it shows that they sent at least.
I have not gotten them yet.
Oh. Let's see here. Should probably try and screenshot it with the times too.
And you sent them?
We'll try
It
and
may come through in a minute or two.
hold these over here so that we have all the times too.
Okay. And then just send those to that same number for me.
Sounds good.
Okay, George, tell us what you mean by Maddie only came back.
Let's go back to my notes real fast.
Yeah.
But based off of your interactions with him, you didn't think nothing, you didn't have any feeling of anything out of the ordinary?
No. Maddie seemed drunker than Kaylee. I mean, you could tell they've been out at the bars, but everything seemed fine. Behavior seemed typical. Like, I kind of usually notice when someone gets in, I'm like, hey, how's the night been? Oh, shitty, or, whatever.
Yeah.
That's an unusual response.
How intoxicated compared to normal interactions with them were they?
I'd say Kaylee was pretty normal. Maddie was definitely, she was a little tipsy, kind of struggling to stand and walk a little bit. And you can see that on the grub truck thing too.
Yeah.
And then as I was backing out of their driveway, because it's kind of tight there, but I typically kind of drag my feet a little bit as I'm backing out and make sure they make it up and everything okay. And yeah, they made it inside safe and sound and everything, nothing.
Did you see anything weird in the area before you left?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was, I'm trying to remember if that was last night or not. There was right as you come up, you're heading to the Queens and you go turn right into their driveway. There's a car parked there and there's kind of a pile of stuff on the road. And one thing was a shoe.
A pile of stuff on the road. Was that the shoes, the underwear, the panties, possible bra? I mean, why were those things in the street? I mean, Jeremy, the guy over at Queens, said he was walking the dog, saw the underwear in the road and the cork to the possible wine bottle. I mean, why would somebody not? Wasn't that weird? He said there was a pile of stuff. Did someone throw someone out? Did someone get caught?
And I didn't pull in. I think that might have been Friday night.
Okay.
And because I won't pull in. I don't want to run over whoever's shoe. I think I was pulled in the driveway and backing out when they were walking up.
Okay.
So I don't think that was the same night.
Anything? So you picked them up on Friday too?
I think so. Go back through here. Saturday. So she did text me Friday at 8:15, just asking if I was driving. I said I was, but then I never heard from him. So maybe that's a different night or different roommates or something. I can't. Okay.
Do you regularly pick people up from the house?
Yeah, that house and like kind of at the top of King Street there on the left. Those are like my two popular ones over there.
Who else have you driven from that house? Can you remember their names?
I was trying to remember when I was trying to text people, see if everyone's okay. I think there's another like a that lives there maybe, or I've driven from there. I'm trying to remember where she goes. I only see her every once in a while. And but I think it might be in one of those other houses that's just towards King Street, like one of those two that's kind of like the steep driveway.
Okay.
But they have quite a few alumni that come through that I've driven in the past. Like there's one, her name's as well. She lives down in Boise now, and like it's always kind of a hodgepodge of people from that house versus like it's always the same like 2 or 3 girls. So
okay. All right. Did you pick anyone else up that night and drop them off in that area after Kaylee and Maddie?
I don't think so. I had rides out of that area, and like I think I had some rides taking people back to there. I think that was before them, and there were girls. And then I picked up a couple from the house that's right there on the intersection of King Road, the kind of house there. And I took some people from there to campus, like Greek Row, I think. And then I had a request from there for a that was and everything, but then they canceled, and then Kaylee texted me from Grub Truck. So I don't know if it's for sure the same person.
What time do you think you dropped them off at their place?
Probably like 1. Oh, hang on. Let's see here.
Do you keep track of that?
Not really, but I had a ride right after. I was going to go pick up a guy at the alley, and
Okay, so he was going to pick up a guy at the alley. Does anybody remember who went to the alley that night? I was questioning to see if this was the actual factually true. Does anyone remember in this chat? I'm going to pull that up because I remember off the top of my head, I looked at the document today. It was ISP 0007, and someone else said, this was an interesting interview. Hold on. A female that lived in Moscow at the time, 21, interviewed them, and she said that she did not know Ethan. She was the closest to Mogan and Gonsalves. Let me just take a look at this. I think they were supposed to, yeah, okay, so 15. She did not think blank had anything to do with the incident. She showed a video from the party earlier on game day, which showed what blank was wearing and appeared to be the same as the person from the Grub Truck video. Blank remembers Kaylee and Maddie saying they were going to John's Alley. Okay, so I'm wondering, and I just put this together. I don't think this was Kayla. I'm wondering, because this is the person that said also that she was supposed to go with Kaylee to Europe. Hold on a minute. Her bedroom looks onto the 1122 King Road backyard. She can usually hear anything going on in her backyard. Murphy the dog at 1122 usually barks a little bit, but she can generally hear, which should not recall happening that night. So she didn't hear Murphy barking, but I think she went to bed at something like at 3 a.m. She went to bed at 3:30 a.m. She didn't hear anything. But I believe this was also, she was supposed to go with her right here. They were supposed to go to Europe together in number 11, approximately 3 weeks prior to the homicides. And if you all remember, there is proof of a ticket maybe being refunded. Maybe Kaylee decided not to go and she got the money. It was in the ISP documents, and I'll get those real quick so you can see. I just went over this earlier today with someone. So there was a picture of the, hold on, let me see, inside the car, and it was batch 1 that they released. Let me grab batch 1. ISP photos. It was on her seat in the Range Rover with the registration for the Range Rover. So let me go back to those. And I said the other day, remember I showed you the picture of the girl who went to Europe? I think she was supposed to go with Kaylee. And they lived in that house that I believe was 11, either 18 or the next one next to there, closer to the guys. Hold on. Where is that picture? When I want it, can't find it. And when you don't need it, you have it. Let me get down there. It was on the seat. And I just remembered it looked like a refund for an airline ticket. I was wondering, maybe did they have a falling out and she decided not to go to Europe? Or did she decide to stay, buy a car? She's also the same girl that says that she was moving to Austin and living with a male roommate. Same exact girl. Where is that picture? I know you all probably seen it. It was the registration and a check from SkyWest, maybe? Was it SkyWest? Dang it. And I want to know what's in the back of Xana's car. Where is that picture? I'm looking. So if she, who is this? Lana said it the other day. Somebody, Charlotte Whitehead? Was that her? It had to have been. Okay, here's the pictures of the cars. So there was some notes in her. I want to know what's in the back of Xana's car, because they didn't show the back, but there was something in the back of the car in the darker pictures. Okay, so there's that. And then I think next is Maddie's. That's Xana's. And then the Range Rover. And then here is the picture. SkyWest, right here. And then the Idaho Department of Registration Motor Vehicles. So this was the registration for the car. And this looked like a check, like a refund check. Yeah, she did go to Europe for quite some time. She was later interviewed by the school district where she became a teacher. Yep, you're right. You're right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, where did these people go? A lot of people left. They left town. She was going to move and she never bought. Okay, so yep. You guys are right. The whole freaking neighborhood would have heard this. Yeah, I agree. They would have heard it. They would have heard it. Anyone in that neighborhood. Okay, so I'm questioning. They said the alumni. Okay, the alumni. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this little Toyota here in this picture, why they blurred out this license plate. That's a little Toyota RAV4, it looks like. They blurred out that license plate. The only one I noticed They didn't blur out this one. You can still see a little bit of the license plate, but they definitely blurred that one out. Wild. And then they didn't blur it out here. It's Washington plates, but you can barely see it in this picture. Okay, so let's go back to this interview. Let's finish up with this, and then I'll give you some other things.
I texted him that I was headed his way at 2:13. I had Maddie spilled some grub truck on the back seat, so when I pulled out of King Street, I just pulled right next to those apartments and cleaned off the seat real quick before I headed that way.
Okay.
I'm thinking I probably texted him about the time I was either pulling out or was on Taylor there.
So not right after you dropped
Not like
Kaylee and Maddie off.
Yeah, not like immediate, but I probably dropped him off around 1:55, 2, somewhere in there.
You said 2:13 is when you texted the other one?
Yeah, I texted him at 2:13 that I was headed his way, be there in a minute. But I don't remember 100% where I was, but.
Okay. So you're guessing what time they dropped him off?
2-ish.
So he had to have pulled into Taylor Apartments at about that time. So let me hold that thought.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you think would be pertinent information that we need to know?
I don't think so. I've been trying to like think over things, and then the sister that texted me, like, she had kind of asked, like, hey, do you remember what time you dropped him off, and that sort of thing. I don't think so.
Okay. One last thing, and I've been asking everyone I talked to during this. Can I get your hand? Yeah. Flip them over for me. Pull your sleeves up for me. Over. Okay. All right. Like I said, we're just rolling everything out we can.
Feel free. I'm happy to do whatever.
Doesn't appear those have come through yet. What kind of signal strength do you have right now?
2 bars.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still not getting it through.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. I don't know why I just played that whole video without turning closed captions on. Dang it. I forgot to. So let me get this right. So he drops them off, goes and cleans the seat because Maddie had made a mess, but he pulls into the Taylor. So if he pulled into Taylor, he would have seen the party going on where they found all that red stuff, right? But he pulled over for 13 minutes, waited to go pick up someone from the alley. And I wonder who it was, because didn't Hayden and them say they went to the alley before going home? I remember that, but they were actually at the grub truck. So somebody else went to the alley. Let me go. I'll search.
I'll see if after you, it says it sent.
Yeah, it usually has a bar across the top if it's still trying to send.
Okay. My phone just may not have picked it up yet, so I'll give it a few minutes. If I don't get it, I'll retext it.
Okay.
I'll text you and then you can resend it to me, okay?
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, I think that's all I need from you then for now.
Okay.
So
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
let you go. I'm pretty excited. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
And everything like that. So
Please let me know if you need anything else.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the other one that I saw that referred to John's alley. This was document 0008. This was a mail, and it took place in Parma in Canyon County. I'm trying to remember who was from Parma. I know that there was somebody in their friend group that was from Parma. So basically he says that, and this is the really odd thing. This 22-year-old male is interviewed. He's from Parma. I know who's from there. And basically the Homeland Security Task Force officer goes to investigate with the Idaho State Police. Homeland Security, guys. Homeland Security. Who was this guy? I don't know, but I'm going to dig and I'm going to find out who exactly this was, because I have a feeling that this person that was at the alley is the one that says he was going to get a ride, didn't get a ride, supposedly went to the girlfriend's, didn't go to the girlfriend's. A whole odd situation. And this is the one that heard that so-and-so may have committed the murder. This is the guy. And he basically says he heard that so-and-so may have committed the murder. I'm definitely going to share more of this. We've been live for an hour and 42 minutes. I cannot believe that. There are 220 of you in this stream. Hit the thumbs up. Drop some love for my amazing mods. Y'all have been on your best behavior. Thank you so much. I've put your comments on the chat. Leave the love, and we'll see you back tomorrow here at 3:45 p.m. on the dot. Peace out, everyone. Be well.
Listen close, we rise up from the ashes, digging for the truth, breaking old habits. We marching with the nesters, they laid the foundation, passed down revelation, sparked our motivation. In a world of facades, we peeling back the layers. Truth is the weapon that cuts through all the fakers. Phonets in our chest, reborn from deception. Eyes wide open, no room for misdirection. Every step we take, we honor the connection between past and present, forging our resurrection. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. We cultivate vision, planting seeds of awareness, challenge the narrative, break out of the harness, digging deep for knowledge, unearthing the hidden. Our minds are the soil where the future is written, no longer confined by the scripts they prescribe. We write our own story, let the real one subscribe. One voice becomes many, together we rally. Freedom's not a concept, it's a move and a tally. Case, we break the cage. Thought by thought, we shift the stage. Phoenix rises in truth, setting us free from the lies that they feed. We reclaim our beliefs, thinking differently, we'll break every chain. We dance for freedom, case by case, again. Rise up, speak out, watch the new world breathe.